everyone, this is Jamaica with Jamaica Life, and I bought a few trees. I bought 2 pear trees, kefir pears, and I bought 2 Honeycrisp, I think. Yep, 2 Honeycrisp apple trees from the supply store yesterday. So let's go ahead and plant them up. They are bare roots and they need to get in the ground, well, in the pots as soon as possible. So let's do it. So, I have bare roots trees here, all right? 2 pear and 2 apples. I just got the apple yesterday. Been out in the yard all day. My boots are carrying around a bunch of mud. I don't know what to do about it. Okay, so we're gonna get these into pots. Now with bare roots trees, I believe, and so do a couple other people, is that bare roots tree do better if you put them in a container first. Let them get their root structure and then put them in the ground. I have, I think in the last 20 years or so, I have put bare roots in the ground and they didn't do well. So I learned my lesson. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I have some soil here. Well, first things first, let's open these things up. This is my pear tree. Now, the reason why I'm planting apples is because apples do not do well here in this ground, and these apples will never, ever go into the ground. So maybe I should start off with the apples, huh? Got these yesterday. They were all from the Tractor Supply store, and they're running around $17.99 a piece, which is way cheaper than what I could get them for at any other store. Just to put this over here, and I could only do one plant at a time. This soil I do not trust, so I'm gonna put it over here. That soil I don't think was any good, so I'm going to put my bare roots right here, or right here, out of the way, and I'm gonna do them one by one. First ones are gonna be the apples. I researched this one. It seems like it's a pretty good type apple, but as I said, I cannot grow apples in this ground for some reason, and I just stopped trying. But I do want apples, so I'm going to plant them in containers. I get an apple one way or another. I don't give up easy. So there's a lot of material in here. Most of it seems like it's mulch, and I'm gonna use that on the top, but the rest of it will be my soil. I don't want to rip it out of the bag, but it doesn't want to come out. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Let's see. Okay. All right. So there it is. It has a good root structure, and the soil was still moist. They just put these out at Tractor Supply and at every other store. So go ahead and get them, because the moisture that is in the bag is all the moisture that will happen for the rest of the time that it's in that bag, and they dry out and they pass away. I scratched this one to make sure that it was still viable, and it was. So let me get a pot and we're gonna pot this up. So I have 2 pots here that are empty and 2 pots that are full. And all I'm gonna do is get a pot of soil, take my bare root tree, right? Stand it up in the pot, and I'm not gonna put the roots directly on the bottom. There is a graft line here. It's very faint, but it's here, it's right there. Make sure you don't cover that up. And I'll make sure I don't cover that up. What am I talking about? I'm the one doing this. And we're gonna cover it. Now this soil has not covered it enough for me, so I'm gonna take what was buried in, right? Now this is mulch. I'm just wondering, looks like peat moss. It should be okay. I have some more soil right here. I can put in there, mix it up. This has sand and compost in it, and a little bit of acidifier. No, did I put the acidifier? I don't think I put the acidifier in here. And I'm just mixing it together. Right, my graft line is right here, right there. Don't want to cover that up, and I'm getting close. So I'm going to stop. All of my roots are covered, and all I'm going to do is water this in with some liquid fertilizer. So that's one done. Yay, Team America, right? So this pot is too small. I'm not going to use it. Get all the extra soil out of here. I have another one right here, right? So let's go ahead and get our other tree. Oh, this is an Anna apple. I didn't mean to get you. Shoot. Got to be more careful. It's all right. I already have it. I'm not going back out there. I already have it. I meant to just get Honeycrisp. Maybe I did it on purpose. I don't think so though. I wanted Honeycrisp. I just assumed they were all the same thing in that box. The reviews on this was not as great or as grand, but we'll see, huh? So I got one of each. It's all right. We'll see. We'll see. I have had trouble with apples, so, and this is a bigger pot, so it has a better chance. Leave it in this pot for about a year, depending the roots, depending on the root system. About a year, or maybe a little under a year, who knows? You never know. Depends on the plant. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm gonna dump oh, this has different stuff in it. Surprise, surprise. It's the same company. All right, what kind of chipped wood chips is this? That's what it is, wood chips. All right. This is this is the stuff that I'm used to it being in. This is not normal. So this is normal. So here we are, right? There's the graft line right there. We're not going to surpass that. I'll put this up in the pot, right? I don't want to use this stuff. Let me get some soil. Okay, I got another pot of soil here, right? And this is used soil. You see the roots? My lettuce was in here. No, it should be good. So I'm gonna take this, golly, and I'm gonna get dirty while I'm putting this in. Okay, see how dirty I got? I tried to be clean for y'all this time when I started, at least my shirt. So I'm gonna get some more over here. All right, move this one forward. And some more soil over here. There's a worm in here. That's cool. Oh yeah, this is used soil, right? This is sand/compost mix that I'm pulling out right now. And I'm gonna use some of this and mix them two together. I want it light and airy. We're going to do the best we can. Yes, we are, for this plant. Don't forget to go get your plants as soon as possible, especially if it's these. If it's in a bag, don't wait until, they go on discount, because a lot of the times by that time, the root structure is all dried out. I'd rather pay full price than have to worry about it not making it, or it not making it, or it being dry or completely gone by the time I get it, and then I have to deal with returning it, and it's just not worth it. My time is more valuable than that. I don't want to have to explain to them how the tree died, or how the bare roots tree didn't work and all that stuff. A lot of stores, like this store, if something goes wrong, they'll take it back, most likely. At least the one here, the Tractor Supply here, will take it back. You see I shop there all the time. No free advertising. They made sure they put their names all over this bucket. Anyway, this is where it's from. They had a 25% off, by the way, for all the berries and the fig trees and the bare roots. 25% off, and they weren't very much money. They were like $8.99 and $9.99 a piece. I'll do that on another video. But you might want to go out there and get yourself one. So we got both of our apple trees. One is an Anna apple, and one is a Honeycrisp. Yeah, I might have to go back and get another Honeycrisp. But here we are. We have these two done. Moving on to the pears. Okay, I got some more. More means more, right? Not less. I'm gonna put this back in there. I don't want this stuff. Wood chips. Drain the soil of nitrogen, believe it or not. I guess it's good shipping material. It's good cheap shipping material, but especially this light brown stuff. Get back on my stool. All right, on to the pears after I get this stuff up. So excited. I hope and pray, because I'm having trouble with two things: apples and blueberries. Those two. So I'm not gonna put them in the ground no more. And blackberries. I don't like blackberries that much anyway, so I don't really care about those. I shouldn't say that, but it's true. Blueberries, I want those. And the two that I still have in pots, guess what? They are still alive. The blueberries, that is. The apple trees that I planted in the ground, gone again. So they're not going in the ground no more. They're gonna live in a pot. They're gonna get a bigger pot than that. Don't worry, I'm gonna treat them right. So, let me put this down here. Got two more pots. They're not as big and they're not as nice, but they're pots. They're a home. They're a temporary home. So we got two Kefir pears. The Kefir pears were the only ones, not on a cord. They were the only type pears that were for sale there. So I'm not a choosy pear eater. Unless it's Asian pears, then I'm very choosy. So these were also $17.99 a piece. They were not on sale. The berries and the fig trees and the pomegranate were 25%. At least here in Texas, or in Austin area it was. So let's see. Oh, we got the brown dirt again. Interesting. All right. Oh, this one got a lot of roots on it. I'm so happy. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Happy day. So, look at that root. That's one of the best bare roots trees I've seen. Usually, I spend a bunch of money on bare roots trees. Lots. A lot. Mixing them together. Because this soil is dense. I need to lighten it up. Ooh, Jamaica. All right. I'm always happy when I'm planting, and I put too much soil in here. Move it down. All right, this is a big mama, but I get all the. Gotta try to get the roots in there without putting this thing all the way on the bottom. There we go. See how easy it is planting these things up? I'd rather do this and have them have a fighting chance than to put them in that ground, this Texas clay soil. That is nutrient dense, but apparently when they're like this, it doesn't do well. If you have a better soil than that, like a sandy loam, I think maybe it'll be okay to put them in the ground directly, but not here. And I'm talking about this little eco-structure that I have in this backyard. I already know better because it's happened to me several times. Even with trees that are established, this thing is complaining. What are you complaining about? She probably wants me to feed her again. I'll give him something in a minute after I finish this. So there's one key for pear. Done, did it, done, done, done. I'm just gonna cover it with this light stuff. I have a bunch of it, so I might as well use it, huh? Mix it all together. All right, gotta leave enough room to water it. What is wrong with these turkeys? First was the chicken, now it's the turkeys. The turkeys complain. I don't know what they complain about. I think they want food. That's always what it is. All right, here we are. And I feed them, trust me, a lot. They expected me to feed them. What is going on with them? They're acting silly. I think one of them is beating up people. I mean, other things. That's one key for pear done. The one that's complaining is the one beating things up, other things up. All right, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm just gonna mix it up before get this out of the way. I just swept the ground. I don't want to go through that again. Make this soil lighter. What is this? What was this? Onion bunch. They're still alive. The tag fell off. I was like, I thought it was something that had passed away. It's not. The onions are still here. I need to put them in the ground. I finally got onions to grow from seed. The trick is, with onion seed, as soon as you get those onion seeds, you better plant them. The next year, they won't be no good. Just my opinion and other people's opinion. Plant them ASAP. That's the trick with onion seed. You be like, oh, I'm not gonna plant the onion this year. You bets to plant it if you want them. Somehow they deteriorate quickly. All right, I'm just mixing this stuff up while I'm talking a bunch of mess. Actually, the truth, or my truth. Speaking from a person who bought 3 packs of rare seeds. That is a wonderful company. And just waited 1 or 2 years. Said, I ain't gonna plant them this. I'm just gonna wait. By the time I got around to it, the seeds were gone. They just looked like seeds. They didn't even look like seeds. They look like dried up pieces of dust. All right, on to the next one. Here's another keeper. Keeper the keeper. I haven't had any problem with pears, with the exception of my one flowering pear that caught blight. Let me not say that and touch the pear. Take that back. So we're gonna open this. We open this thing up, right? Move this out of the way. Hopefully you don't fall off. There you go. I want you to see. And I'm gonna let the soil run free so I can get this thing out. There might be a better way to get this out. Now I don't know. All I want to do is make sure I don't rip no roots. All right. Look. Oh, it tried to jump over the fence. Let's do this and let me feed this turkey. This jive turkey. So I'm holding it up, right? And I have the mixture here. I'm holding it up, making sure I cover all the roots without putting the root all the way on the bottom, because I want the taproot to have a little bit of room to move. It's gonna be in here at least for a couple of months till it shows some signs of life. Signs of life, baby. When it starts sprouting, maybe I'll put this kefir pear in the ground. Till then, this is its home. And it should. Last year I did the same thing, and my pear, that actually the pear that I got from the TSC is the only one that gave me fruit last year. Hopefully I have better luck with the other ones this year. This is, oh, they had the graft. I should have took that off. They had the grafting tape there. That turkey tried to jump the fence. It's like, you ain't give me something, I'm gonna make you give me something to eat. Bullying me. Big old bully. And then it ran away after it fell down from missing its step on the fence. Clumsy. I wish I could have got that on tape. You ever see a like a bully fall, you know, trip and fall? That's kind of what happened to it. So I'll put this on here. This is just mulch on top. Put you down. Graft line is right there. I am far from the graft line on all of them except, oh no, all of them. Just making sure. Making sure I didn't make any mistakes. Jamaica is not beyond digging something back up and making sure it's planted right. I've done it before on camera. I make mistakes. There's a difference between knowing something and making a mistake and not knowing. When you know, it's just careless. When you don't know, well, you just don't know. It's a mistake. All right. I'm mixing this stuff up for whatever's next. Just making sure I cover these bad boys up. The soil is going to drop when I water it, by the way, which is why I'm patting it down and I'm making sure I put enough on. Here we are, all 4 of them. Oh, that's not one of them, but it's the bay leaf plant. So here's the Anna, Kefir, Honeycrisp, and a Kefir. I'm gonna leave these tags on it for a little while, as long as they look like they're not strangling the plant. I wish that my pots had holes in it so that I could make sure that, you know, I could take them off. But right now, that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and get some. Now I still have some of this stuff, some fish emulsion and some water, and I'm gonna go ahead and water them in. I'm gonna start making my own fish emulsion because that thing right there, that's $30 right now. It went up $10. You know, it used to be 20. No, it was less than 20. Then it went 20. Now it's 30. At least here it's 30. It might be more when where you at, but I can complain as long as I get my plants what they need. I'll start making my own fish emulsion. I haven't done it yet, and the time is ticking away. So I gotta go in the freezer, get that fish out, and put it in a bucket with some leaf mold. Some people think that mold is a bad thing, by the way. Mold is not a bad thing in the garden. You want mold in your garden. So water this in with some fish emulsion, some water, and we are done here. This is Jamaica with Jamaica Life, and this is me planting Kefir pears, Honeycrisp apple, and Anna apple. I thank you guys so much for being with me. I recommend you plant your bare roots in a container. Bye, y'all. Where's this turkey? There she is. You ain't nothing but a bully. Jumping up on the fence. That wasn't her. It was her. That one. Rambunctious so-and-so. Here. They don't want the corn. Yeah, come on down, heifer. I'm not a heifer. I'm a turkey. They don't want the corn. You see this corn there, right? That ain't what they want. Move. They said the corn ain't got no nutritional value. Oh, always me.